Hello and welcome to video 2 of the Mental Stamina and Fearless Motivation video series that I am publishing. My name is Rob Witherspoon. I'm a 12-year cancer survivor, and in this video I'm going to detail a little bit more about my brain tumor and what type it was and how I survived, and I'm currently thriving today. So back in the day, my mother was very worried at me. She'd always see my eyes curving inwards. And basically what she saw, she was wondering, what is the matter with my son? You know that feeling when you look at your son and you just see something odd in their eyes? And she just couldn't actually put it down in words, like what actually happened. So basically what ended up happening is that I overdrank one night in university. And it was like I was rushed to emergency. Upon waking up in emergency, I was notified that I had a mass on my brain. And this was a huge thing because it's cancer of some type. And my parents were called in from Peterborough, which they live. I was going to school up in Sudbury, by the way. We always call it Suds Vegas. And that's what I really liked about Sudbury is it's the Great White North. But anyways, more back to the point. As my parents were rushed in from Peterborough because I'd overdrank and the cancer was determined. So upon that diagnosis, I was diagnosed in March of that year, and this was 2 months before I was due to graduate with a BA with honors in law and justice from Laurentian University. I asked the doctor, does it matter if it takes 2 months to get this treated and looked at? They said no, it shouldn't really matter. 2 months is 2 months because you know when you're diagnosed with cancer, you want to deal with it right away. But I had that heart and character just to say, well, I'm gonna finish my degree, and if it's the worst thing possible, it's the worst thing possible. So I actually had the faith to say, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I'm gonna live life to its fullest right now. So when I did finally graduate, you can see in my graduation video that my eyes were completely cross-eyed. So I do believe the brain tumor I did have leaned on the occipital lobe, which is the lobe of the brain that does control eye movement and motion. So to get the biopsy, we went to Toronto General, and I was treated by Dr. Mark Bernstein. And what they did is they took a biopsy of the sample in my brain. So during the surgery, I was awake, but they of course gave me some painkillers to diagnose it. So it was kind of cool when I got the surgery. They stick needles in your brain, and then you can actually see the scar on the left side of my brain. It's just a white mark here, but it's faded over time because it's about 12 years old. But I still have that scar to talk about because I think chicks dig scars. But anyways, more back to the point. So once the biopsy was done, we went to Princess Margaret Hospital to get the big reveal, as it were. And the name of the doctor was Dr. Norman LaPerriere. And apparently he is one of the top doctors in the world. And Princess Margaret is a renowned cancer institute and known one of the best places in Canada and the world for the research they do there. But so once I got the reveal, it turned out it was a germinoma tumor, which is just a mass in the center of the brain, and it's a big circle more or less. And what that means is that's an easily treatable tumor. So, and they're able to actually eradicate that tumor with a month of radiation treatment in Cancer Lodge in downtown Toronto. But my real faith in God comes from the fact that I met two families, each married with little kids, who had a glioblastoma tumor, which is like a butterfly tumor spread throughout the brain, which is very fibrous and hard to treat. So when you're trying to treat that tumor, it's just impossible. And the families both died that had that kind of tumor. So I really got faith in God nowadays. And that's why I wear this golden cross around my thing. Because whenever I'm facing struggles or times of need, I always go down to God and be like, God, if you can just take me through this, I'm going to live life to its fullest. Every day, God has worked miracles in my life, and I just owe all to God. And I also watch a lot of Joel Osteen, which is a very positive mentor on me. Oh yeah. So the real message that I got out of this is that when I overdrank that one night in university, I got this salute that alcohol is the cause of and solution to all life's problems. Because if I hadn't overdrank that night in university, they never would have found the brain tumor. Like, I realize alcohol is a very damaging substance to pertain to every week, but I very rarely do that. But like, you've gotta like always think outside the box and like try things, because if I hadn't overdrank that night, it never would have happened and it never would come out the brain tumor. So that is where I get that slogan from. Yeah, so this is more detail on my cancer diagnosis and like how I survived, because when I was in that cancer lodge, I lost all my hair and did karaoke every night because I was one happy mofo like every day, and it's just like that's what you gotta like spend life on. So in the next video 3, what I intend on sharing with you guys is a little bit of my early childhood and how faith, family, fitness, and finances have always worked into that, and just a little bit more about my family and how I continue to thrive every day, and just like the values that my family was raised on and how I was raised as a young child, because I think that enshrines more of the factor and all the events leading up to this brain tumor. So that will be the focus of video number 3. It has been a pleasure of focusing on this, and and also during my early childhood, I still, because of my mental acuity, I still remember all my early childhood friends, memories, and just everything that, even summer camp and everything that led up to this, I remember that every day. So this concludes video number 2, and I just want to say that everybody is possible to do anything they always wanted to do with passion, fitness, and faith. Kaizen, baby, let's go. Woo!